6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Kanooz Ashraf. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has directed preparation of a comprehensive plan to simplify procedures for investment and business in the country. International credit rating agency Moody's has appreciated the robust longer-term economic prospects of Pakistan. Top military leadership has pledged to safeguard against all external threats while consolidating gains of counter-terrorism military operations. Government has agreed on the name of Shehbaz Sharif as Chairman Public Accounts Committee. At the United Nations Security Council, EU members have reaffirmed their commitment and support to Iran nuclear deal. And Sri Lanka and India have qualified for the final of the Emerging Asia Cup cricket. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed preparation of a comprehensive plan to simplify procedures related to government approvals, addressing taxation issues, dispute resolution to facilitate investors and businesses. He was chairing a high-level meeting in Islamabad today to review progress on improving ease of doing business and creating an enabling environment to facilitate conversion of interest of the local as well as foreign investors into actual investments in the country. Chairman Board of Investment Haroon Sharif briefed the meeting that efforts are being made to revive confidence of the private sector in government policies and put in place a framework that facilitate business community in its business pursuits. The chairman said BOI acts as agent of change to facilitating business transactions, removing impediments in way to materialization of investors' interest into actual investments and smooth functioning of the businesses in the country. He also briefed the Prime Minister about various issues being faced by the business community, including taxation, access to finance, regulation and policy issues, and red tapeism. International credit rating agency Moody's has appreciated the robust longer-term economic prospects of Pakistan. In its annual credit analysis report on Pakistan released today, the agency notes visible improvements in the country's power supply, infrastructure and national security that have raised the growth prospects and hence business confidence. Moody's report specially mentions China-Pakistan economic corridor and the resultant infrastructure investments and the significant increase in power supply that will address some of Pakistan's long-term economic constraints and strengthen its growth potential. It adds that further institutional reforms planned by the new government will also bolster institutional strength, which has increased in recent years with greater central bank autonomy and monetary policy effectiveness. The Corps Commanders Conference has pledged to safeguard against all external threats while consolidating gains of counter-terrorism military operations, which have put security situation of the country on positive trajectory for socio-economic progress and development. The pledge was made at 216th Corps Commanders Conference presided by Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa in Rawalpindi today. The forum highlighted importance of regional approach to eliminate roots of terrorism and attached hopes for success of ongoing Afghan reconciliation process while supporting all stakeholders to bring Afghan war to a peaceful, logical conclusion. Speaking at the conference, the Army Chief said, "We shall continue to support all state institutions for peace, stability and progress of the country in the best interest of the people of Pakistan." Government has agreed on the name of Leader of the Opposition in the National Assembly, Shehbaz Sharif, as Chairman Public Accounts Committee. A government delegation led by Defence Minister Pervez Khattak met with Leader of the Opposition in the National Assembly, Shehbaz Sharif, in Islamabad today. Matters including constitution of standing committees in the lower house of the parliament were discussed during the meeting. Defence Minister said the step has been taken in order to run the proceedings of the House in an efficient manner in consonance with the democratic traditions. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says government has agreed in the larger interest of democracy and parliamentary norms that the opposition can choose Chairman Public Accounts Committee. Speaking in the National Assembly, he said government with an open heart leaves this decision to Leader of the Opposition to nominate a person of his choice. But if he deems himself appropriate for this role, then government will not have any objection to it. He appreciated the gesture of Prime Minister Imran Khan, who had a big heart, to not make this issue dragging. Shah Mahmood Qureshi offered the opposition to come forward and work together in the larger interest of the nation and democratic norms rising above personal and party interests. Speaking in the House, senior leader of Pakistan People's Party, Raja Pervez Ashraf, appreciated the move of the government on the issue of appointment of Chairman Public Accounts Committee. Maulana Asad Mahmood of Muttahida Majlis-e-Amal termed it as a step in the right direction. Welcoming the government decision, he assured that his party will extend full cooperation to run the House effectively. The House has now been adjourned to meet again at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. This is Radio Pakistan. Information Minister Fawad Hussain Chaudhry has said peace and stability in Afghanistan is imperative to strengthen links with the Central Asian republics in different fields. He was speaking at a roundtable on Pakistan and Central Asia, cementing bonds of friendship through culture in Islamabad today. The Information Minister said the events in Afghanistan have greatly affected Pakistan. He said our nation and the armed forces have shown remarkable resilience and spine in fighting war on terror. Government of Pakistan and Asian Development Bank signed a loan and a grant agreement amounting to $284 million from ADB's Ordinary Capital Resources and High-Level Technology Fund for the Second Power Transmission Enhancement Investment Program Tranche 3 in Islamabad today. The National Transmission and Dispatch Company and the implementing agency of the Tranche 3 project under the existing multi-tranche financing facility amounting to $810 million. The project objective is to attain improved coverage, reliability, transparency, and quality of the power transmission service in the project areas. The project is expected to be completed by 30 June 2023. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in the fresh act of state terrorism murdered 2 more Kashmiri youth in Sopore town today. They were murdered during a cordon and search operation in Gandbrat area of the town. The killings triggered clashes between protesters and Indian forces personnel in the town. Many youth were injured when the troops fired pellets, bullets, and tear gas shells on the protesters. Meanwhile, complete shutdown was observed in Sopore and adjoining areas against the killing of Tahir Dar and Uwais Butt. At the United Nations Security Council, European Union members have reaffirmed their commitment and support to the Iran nuclear deal. In a statement in the Council, the Union regretted the withdrawal of the United States from the July 2015 deal between Iran and 6 world powers. The EU members called on the entire international community to continue implementing the Iran nuclear deal and Resolution 2231. United States has asked UN to reimpose its previous restrictions on Iran's ballistic missile program and not lift an arms embargo on Iran in 2020. Speaking at the UN Security Council, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo also demanded UN to establish inspection and interdiction measures in ports and on the high seas to thwart Iran's continuing efforts to circumvent arms restriction. Sri Lanka and India have qualified for the final of the Emerging Asia Cup 2018. In the first semi-final at Colombo today, India defeated Pakistan by 7 wickets. While in the second semi-final, which was also played at Colombo today, Sri Lanka defeated Bangladesh by 4 wickets. The final match will be played in Colombo, Sri Lanka on Saturday. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, dense and shallow foggy conditions are likely to prevail in few central and southern parts of Punjab. To end the news, some of the headlines once again. Prime Minister has directed preparation of a comprehensive plan to simplify procedures for investment and business in the country. International credit rating agency Moody's has appreciated the robust longer-term economic prospects of Pakistan. Top military leadership has pledged to safeguard against all external threats while consolidating gains of counter-terrorism military operations. Government has agreed on the name of Shehbaz Sharif as Chairman Public Accounts Committee. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com Radio Pakistan News Official.